Hello beautiful souls and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another pick a card reading for you. This pick a card reading is all about messages that your inner child wants you to know at this time. Okay, so if you are ready to connect with your inner child, then please take a look now at these 4 piles in front of you and use your intuition to guide you. Okay, we have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4 over there. So if you need to take time to meditate on your piles, please feel free to do so by pausing the video and meditating. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, that is perfectly fine. Please do watch more than one pile if that's what you feel called to do. There could be more than one message for you. This is a collective reading, so please, like I said, use your intuition to guide you throughout this reading. And yeah, so if you know what pile you are drawn to, there are timestamps in the description box below to make it easy for you to go to the pile of your choice, and I will see you over at your pile. Hello pile number 1. If you chose this crystal here in this deck, which is the Mermaid Tarot deck, then this is your reading all about the messages you need to hear at this time from your inner child. Alright, so first I'm just going to take a look at this little card here for you. So it says hydrangea, focus on wholeness above and below. Okay, so that is a message that your inner child really wants you to hear at this time. Focus on wholeness above and below. So first I'm just going to grab some tarot cards to kind of see what we're dealing with here, what your inner child wants you to hear at this time. So please, Spirit, for pile number 1, what does their inner child want them to hear at this time? Please, Spirit, for pile number 1. Messages from their inner child, please, Spirit. Alright, so let's see what we have here. So starting off, we have the 9 of Pentacles showing up. Now, if we take a look at this 9 of Pentacles, right, this ultimately in the original deck, it represents being independent, perhaps self-employed, working for yourself, financially stable, like financial independence, things like that. But as I'm looking at it in this deck, it kind of looks as if like this right here is your inner child or you emerging from this well, right? It's almost like your inner child is asking you to let her or him free, to really be yourself, to come up and let your light shine, like come out of the shadow, out of the darkness and into the light kind of message, kind of vibes. It's like maybe you've been holding yourself back, feeling suffocated, feeling under the water, like underwater suffocation for a while now, and your inner child wants you to know that like it's safe to come up, it's safe to be yourself, it's safe to be who you want to be, it's safe to be in your independence. It's, you know, that kind of energy is kind of what I'm getting from this. And then if we move forward here to the 10 of Swords, I can see here with the 10 of Swords that you have been hurting or have been hurt in the past many times, perhaps in your childhood or just like along your life journey so far. You feel as if you've been stabbed in the back so many times here with this card, and it's just like you're like, dang, when am I going to be able to move forward from this energy. And with this being the Ten of Swords, this to me is like a cycle, kind of closing out here, a cycle of heartache, a cycle of pain, a cycle of, you know, hurting that's going to be closing out for you. I really do feel that, and your inner child wants you to know that. There may be some healing that you need to do that is involved in, you know, feeling hurt by other people, or loss of trust, or just other people letting you down in the past, stabbing you in the back. A lot of heartache, right? Because we have the Three of Swords showing up and the Ten of Swords here. But also we have the King of Pentacles showing up as well. And this usually means like financial stability and having a solid foundation. But also what I'm kind of getting is maybe there's a man from your past, perhaps a father figure, who really hurt you in the past and left you feeling pained, like rejected or let down, or, and if this isn't like a father figure, maybe it's just, take it as it resonates, but someone of authority who really might have hurt you in the past here. And that's something that you're needing to heal from. I mean, with the Two of Swords here, it's definitely like, usually this to me in the original deck is, you know, stuck between two options, being blindfolded, not seeing clearly, not knowing which option to go. But here it's like you're battling someone, you're at competition with someone, there's someone who you feel as if you need to fight, there's someone who you feel you need to argue or challenge. And perhaps it is an authority figure or a person of authority and power here, or a father figure. This may not be for all of you, but for some of you, there's someone who you really do feel like maybe you felt like you couldn't be yourself around this person, or maybe this person made you feel like who you wanted to be wasn't enough, or you didn't feel complete because this person rejected you or didn't accept you for who you were or who you are. But as you heal and let go of this energy, you're stepping into a confident new beginning here. Your inner child wants you to know that you do have the confidence to move forward, to move past this heartache, to move past this pain, to move forward and let yourself, the true you, shine. Don't hide yourself any longer. It's time to go from, because if we start here, you're slowly emerging. And then when you come out here at the end, now here you are, confident as ever, ready to take on the world, ready to be who you're meant to be, ready to let your authentic truth shine here. You're no longer holding yourself back. You have so much confidence, and you're ready to move forward and not let this heartache and this pain that you've suffered along this journey to hold you back, or keep you from moving forward, or keep you from showing the world who you really are and who you truly are. Because all you really want is acceptance, right? All you really want is to be accepted for who you are. But let me ask you something. Why look for external validation? It's like you so badly want to be accepted by those around you, but yet you feel like you're not. So you kind of stop yourself from really shining through here with your light. You hold yourself back a little bit. But your inner child wants you to know that you need to accept yourself. You need to not look for external validation. You need to not care about what other people think, and really just step into your confidence regardless. Really accept yourself and don't hold yourself back. But I'm going to look at your oracle cards for further clarity here, just to kind of see what else we have going. We have lots of oracle cards to go through, so we have Angel of Joyfulness. Something wondrous and magical is about to happen. So your inner child wants you to know that something wondrous and magical is about to happen for you. That is beautiful. And you may not even see this coming, but I feel like in this new chapter that you're going to be embracing, where you're stepping into your confidence and your power, you're learning to accept yourself more. That's going to bring a beautiful new beginning. we have gratitude here. So with gratitude, I can see that you are needing to, you know, perhaps practice gratitude more. And we have the number 23, which also can represent the number 5, which to me reminds me of changes, because 5 represents like change. So there's a huge change coming. But your inner child wants you to be grateful, right? Be grateful. So as you, I don't know if you can notice this on camera, but there's this older hand, right? Because you can tell that this is an older hand and this is a younger hand. And it's like the younger hand is holding on to the older hand. And this is like your inner child being like, please listen to me, take me with you. You know, appreciate all that we've been through together, right? Because we have been through a journey together. And I want you to know that you are not alone. I am here. And being grateful for everything that you've experienced, the good and the bad, is ultimately what's important, because even the bad that we go through really teaches us lessons about ourselves, and we're able to grow through those experiences, and we become so powerful in that growth because we're not, you know, rejecting ourselves for what we went through and how we got to where we are. Instead, we're taking the lessons learned and allowing that to create a better future for ourselves and even a better present moment. So to me, this is just like your inner child being like, listen, like, take me with you on this next part of your journey. You know, you don't have to leave me behind, to let me come, but also to just be grateful for all you've been through together. Maybe doing some inner child healing meditations would be really helpful as well. And we also have passion here. So there's something that you are really passionate about that your inner child wants you to pay attention to. So think about what it is that you're passionate about, what sets your soul on fire. Maybe doing things that help you connect with your inner child, whether that's like reading or writing, or something that you did when you were a child that you really, really loved. And maybe you need to reconnect with that. Maybe there was something you were really passionate about when you were a child and you're needing to explore that again. So we also have 3 of these cards. So we have compassion. Okay, compassion. So being more compassionate with yourself, right? I feel like that's really important because, again, I think a lot of self-acceptance is coming through here, like learning how to love yourself, even if you feel like, you know, others are maybe not seeing you or loving the real you, and that doesn't matter. Like, stay true to who you are regardless. And then we also have happy ending and music. Okay, so you are getting a happy ending here. You are getting a happy ending. Your inner child wants you to know that, especially once you start showing up more in your authentic truth. But let me ask you something. Music here, again, 3-2. So this is really interesting. So we have, where did it go? 23, right, with 5. And then we have 32 with music. Are you passionate about your music? Are you wanting to be a singer or a songwriter? Are you wanting to do something, create something with music here? Do you have a musical talent, a musical passion that you may have been ignoring for a really long time? If this resonates for some of you, maybe this is a message you need to hear, that you need to tap into that side of you a little bit more. Your inner child wants you to connect with music more, or just connecting with music more in general. But I do feel like there's a change coming for you, a new beginning coming for you. You're closing out a cycle and you're embracing this new journey where you're letting yourself tap into your passions more, be more authentic. You're emerging from the shadows and stepping into the light. And through that, you are going to be getting a happy ending of some sort, and something magical is going to happen for you. So we have grace and happiness showing up. So yeah, there's a lot of happiness coming into your life, and as well as having grace with yourself, I feel like is really important. I really do think your inner child wants you to do more of what makes you happy. Ask yourself, what makes me happy? And do more of that. So we also have here faith, comfort, and protection. So I think your inner child wants you to know that you are protected, but that you also need to comfort yourself more. And you also need to kind of maybe nurture your inner child a little bit more, because your inner child has been so hurt in the past. It's really needing you to comfort it more, and also have faith. Have faith in yourself, especially to create something, to go after your passion here. Have faith that you can have your happy ending. Have faith that good things are coming. Have faith that you are worthy. And really do things that bring you comfort, especially your inner child. Like I said, doing things, reconnecting with your passion, reconnecting with things that you were passionate about when you were a child. So we have a strength and guidance. So yeah, I feel as if when you connect with your inner child, you are able to find strength, and you're also able to find guidance. And I think you're needing to call upon your strength a little bit more during this time, because maybe it is really hard for you to find that strength to move forward, to progress, to heal, to forgive, to move past the hurt, to move past all the pain. But through strength, you are able to guide yourself down a positive path that leads you to happiness, that leads you to success, that leads you to fulfillment, abundance. So we have mature man showing up, as well as the number 5. So this to me means that yes, there is some sort of father figure who has hurt you in the past, who has made you feel possibly some type of way about yourself, who you maybe felt rejected from, or you felt hurt from whoever this father figure man is. And with 5s showing up everywhere, I truly feel like there's a big change coming in for you guys. But your inner child really wants you to be able to kind of heal from this relationship, and take the lessons that you've learned from whatever this painful relationship was with this man, and learned how to find compassion through it. And we also have here deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. Again, this reminds me of with comfort here. You're really needing to just allow yourself to rest, to retreat, to be comforted, to be held, to be nurtured, really nurturing your inner child, not being so hard on yourself, allowing your inner child to even come out a little bit more through expressing your compassion and your passion. Maybe being by the water is something that you find comfort in, or you find it healing. Now for your self-care messages, we have ground yourself, and we also have connect with fire, which is interesting because we do see a lot of fire showing up here in the passion. You could be a fire sign, but also ground yourself. So really grounding your energy, whether that be through meditation, connecting with nature, just connecting again with music, and connecting with fire. I mean, perhaps you can do like lighting a candle could bring you comfort, right? Things like that. Maybe you can look into spell work that involves fire. But yeah, overall, I feel as if your inner child is wanting to let you know that you are a beautiful soul. You are not your past. You can learn and, you know, move on and try to let go of the resentment that you have with this person or with whoever hurt you in the past, but don't live in the past. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in the past, that you don't move forward with your life, that you don't allow your true authentic self to come out, because you do have a compassionate nature, but perhaps you're afraid. You're afraid to be compassionate. Perhaps you're afraid that, you know, because of everything you've went through in the past, that it's not going to work out, that you're not going to be able to, you know, be independent financially, that you're not going to be able to allow your true self to come through because you're so afraid of getting hurt again. But at the end of the day, you're going to get your happy ending. There is going to be something to celebrate here. So don't give up. Alright, pile number 1, I really hope that this reading resonated in one way or another. If it did, please give this a thumbs up, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings. I will leave ways that you can connect and support in the description box below, as well as links to sign up for a one-on-one reading if you're interested, or a natal chart reading, because astrology can tell us so much about ourselves. But yeah, thank you for your time and for sharing your energy with me, and I really hope to see you guys next time. Hello, pile number 2. If you chose this crystal here in this deck, the Moon Child Tarot deck, then this is your reading, all about the messages that your inner child wants you to know at this time. Alright, so first I'm just going to get an overall energy reading of your pile here. So let's see, where is that card that I pulled for you? Alright, it says tomorrow brings the illumination of your hopes. Okay, so yeah, I feel as if there's something that you've been hoping and wishing for, and your inner child wants you to know that it's very close, it's very near. Alright, but first let's kind of see what tarot messages we can get for you guys. Please, Spirit, for pile number 2, what messages does pile number 2's inner child want them to know at this time? Inner child messages for pile number 2. All right. So I feel as if you've been wanting a lot of balance and stability in your life. There's a lot of balance and stability that you've been wanting. And I do feel as if this is close to you. You're going to get this. And you may have also recently been going through a spiritual awakening of some sort, but you are someone who has a really strong intuition. You know what it is you want and desire, and you work really hard to make this happen. With the Two of Pentacles and the Four of Wands and the Justice card here, it's like there's a lot of balance that you're wanting to bring into your life. You want an equal give and take, especially financially here. You want stability. There could be even like a wedding coming in for you. Like maybe some of you are getting married, and this has been on your mind. Not all of you, but some of you. But this is going to be like, there's like a new journey that is going to be starting in your life that is leading you to stability and a balancing out of your life, essentially. I feel like, you know, the spiritual realms and spirit is at play here. behind the scenes trying to bring balance and trying to bring justice into your life, trying to balance out the scales for you so that you feel like your life has a lot more balance. And like I said, with the Three of Wands here, it's like you're about to go on a journey. And this could either be a spiritual journey, or maybe you've been going through a spiritual journey, or you're going through a journey where you are going to be able to create the stability that you've always desired. You know, maybe growing up, you felt like your childhood lacked stability. There could have been something that happened in your life that really shook up your foundation, or you just never felt like you had that stability in your life. And because of this, you try so hard to create this stability in your own life now. And I feel like for a while now, this is something you've been working on. And Spirit wants you to know that it's going to happen. You are going to find that stability. You're going to have that happy marriage that you want. You're going to have, you know, that equal give and take. And essentially you are the high priestess. The universe lives within you. And you can truly bring to life anything that you really want. Some of you may be traveling as well. I don't know why, but this message is coming up like you've been wanting to buy a new home or something like that. Maybe not all of you, but some of you have been wanting to maybe buy a home, buy a house. And I do see this happening for you, but I feel like this is something you've been really wishing and hoping for. And if it's not buying a house, it's definitely like a wedding or finding stability in your life. So let's look at your oracle cards just to get additional messages here. So we have illumination, interesting, with sadness. And illumination is definitely interesting because as you see here, it says tomorrow brings the illumination of your hopes. So I feel as if, you know, something very soon is going to be made clear to you. There's going to be like clarity on something. Your life is becoming brighter. This sadness, I feel like this is past energy, maybe current energy, but I feel as if this is definitely also stemming from childhood in particular, where, you know, maybe you didn't have the childhood that you've always dreamed of, and maybe you didn't have stability in your childhood. And now if you did have this stability in your childhood, then this could mean, of course, sadness elsewhere. But for a majority of you watching, I do feel like there is some great sadness that had happened along the way in your life that really shook up your foundation or made you feel off balance. And I feel like there's a lot of light at the end of the tunnel here, and you're going to find clarity within your life really soon. It's like you're becoming the light. You're stepping out of the darkness into a lighter, brighter future. I do really feel like this sadness is about to be past energy for you. So we have here bad health showing up, which is very interesting. Perhaps this is just your inner child telling you, like, you know, do you have any bad habits? If you do, it's time to kick those bad habits. It could also be your inner child as well speaking, like maybe, so I'm getting a few different things. One, some of you could work in the health field and you could be that light for those who are sick, right? Like you work with people who are sick, who may be dying, who may have bad health, and you're a healer. Your light is really healing to them. Or growing up you saw someone struggle with their health, and that could have been really hard on you, and that's something that you're trying to process and overcome and, you know, heal from. Or of course you could have some bad habits that you need to kick, and your inner child's just warning you, like, you know, that bad habit that you're doing, that unhealthy habit, be careful, like, I think it's time to get rid of it. So just take this as it resonates. And of course, I do not give health advice. Please seek out a professional for all health advice. So we have forgiveness and understanding. So there is something that happened in your life that caused you some sadness here that you're needing to forgive and understand and kind of let go of and move away from. Perhaps someone really hurt you in your past and again may have shook up your stability at some point, made you feel like you were unloved, or you know, however they hurt you, and you're needing to forgive and kind of understand the lessons that this may have taught you, and maybe this is what your soul needed to learn, because I am a big believer that we come here to learn lessons in life. We learn how to deal with our emotions. We learn how to, you know, sometimes we have to go through shit in order to learn lessons and learn how to process emotions in healthy ways. And this all creates soul growth and helps our soul evolve over time. Okay, so perhaps there are a lot of lessons that you've went through, a lot of pain, especially growing up, that you just had to go through to learn some serious, like, hard lessons. But at the end of the day, this makes you someone who is a light for others. It makes you someone who is a healer in a sense. You're able to heal others because of what you've went through and how you were able to forgive and learn the lessons and move forward. And I think your inner child really wants you to not hold on to resentment, because holding on to resentment, by the way, can cause bad health, because you're really hurting. At the end of the day, you're really hurting yourself, right? It blocks your heart chakra. It makes you, you know, feel stressed out, you get anxious, you get anxiety, you get in your head about things. It's just not good for your health to hold on resentment. So really being able to let go of the resentment, right? Because it's so easy to sit there and be like, well, you know, this person hurt me in the past, and you hold on to that pain, that you are constantly blaming that person for every bad thing that happens in your life, or you're constantly blaming that person for why you are the way you are, why you feel the way you are, instead of taking accountability for maybe holding on to the resentment for way too long. Now, I'm not saying, like, you know, you have to forgive and look at this person like they're a good person. Like, no, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, if you were hurt by someone in the past, find it in your heart and your soul to let go of the resentment that you hold on to, so that you're no longer kind of blaming everything that happens in your life because of this person. And you're allowing yourself to let your true potential, your true self kind of illuminate and shine through here, and be that beacon of light for other people around you. Forgiving and moving forward is so inspiring, and that will inspire many. So we have peace. Yeah, your inner child just wants peace. Your inner child wants, you know, you to be happy, to feel loved, to feel like your life is in balance and not off balance anymore. And I do feel like that will come through for you, especially once you learn to forgive, understand the lessons, and move forward. We have nature and we have synchronicity. So your inner child wants you to connect with nature more, whether that is going for walks outside, going on a hike, sitting out in the grass and just like embracing the nature around you and just being at peace and at still for a moment. And also, if you've been noticing any synchronicities, it could be messages like your inner child being like, hello, or spirit being like, I'm with you, you're not alone. Pay attention to the synchronicities around you, and that's going to be really important. We have grieving. So yeah, there's something that has caused you sadness that you may be grieving from still. And your inner child wants you to know, like, you're not alone through this process. They are here with you. You're going to be able to, you know, get that stability back into your life. This is only for a short period of time. All right. And the universe is with you. You are not alone. And I know sometimes it's hard. It's like, why do I have to go through all of this pain, all of this trauma, all of this sadness? Why? Why does this have to happen? But honestly, that's sadly what life is kind of all about. It's about learning how to deal with your emotions. So we push ourselves through these crazy life experiences that are so intense. But at the end of the day, it's honestly making us a stronger soul, a soul that is able to help others through their pain and help others grow and transform. Healing is so huge, and it's what this world really lacks. And I truly believe that healing is what we're all needing to do at this time. And when we come together and we heal, we're able to raise the vibration of this planet, and beautiful things start to happen. But sadly, the way that the world is, not everyone sees that light at the end of the tunnel. And I mean, I get it, but I truly feel like your soul just wants you to heal and move forward and be that ray of light for others, that inspiration, that healer. We have the masculine showing up here. So this to me, this kind of to me shows that perhaps there is a masculine in your life who has hurt you in the past, and maybe that's where you're grieving and have this sadness. Maybe there was a masculine in your life that had bad health, that, you know, really struggled, and that was hard for you to watch or witness. It was hard for you to see someone you love go through that. Maybe, you know, you had to grieve the loss of someone, perhaps a father figure who went through really hard times unexpectedly, or throughout your entire life even, and that was really hard. And you may find it hard to understand why you had to lose this person, or why you had to go through these experiences with this person. But like I said, this was just to make you stronger so that you can be the healer for others and work with others and help them heal in some way. I feel like there is a job that you are doing as a healer, whether that's like a doctor, a nurse, a therapist, you know, a mentor, something like that, I feel like. And if that's something you've been wanting to do, I feel like your inner child is saying, like, you should pursue this, but also take care of yourself as well. So we have your guidance is divinely guided. So yeah, with the universe card showing up here, I truly do feel like everything that you go through in life is divinely guided to put you in your purpose, to bring you to your soul's mission. You had to go through the heartache, the pain, the trauma, the struggles in order to really be in your purpose in this lifetime, to be to complete your soul's mission, right? So even when you feel like you're lost, you may second guess like decisions you're making, or you may be like, am I making the right decision? Know that when you trust your intuition, you are being divinely guided into everything that you are meant to be in this lifetime. Angel of Diet and Nutrition. So this is really interesting. Pay attention to what you eat and drink. You intuitively know what is good for you. So yeah, something here about taking care of your body, your mind, body, and soul is really important. Paying attention to what you're eating, to what you're drinking, to, you know, what you're taking in is going to be really important. Again, I do not give health advice. Seek out a professional for all of that, but I'm just telling you what these cards say. Now, for your self-care messages, we have make an altar. So spiritual practices could be something that really helps you, that your inner child wants you to know. We also have build strength. So maybe working out more, being more into fitness. And then connect with your ancestors. That is beautiful. So yeah, you are not alone. Everything is divinely guided. Your ancestors are always with you. I feel like maybe some of you have been afraid to tap into your spiritual side, or maybe afraid to connect with source, to connect with the universe, to connect with ancestors. But I feel like you would learn a lot about what you've went through in this lifetime through connecting with your ancestors, through researching where your ancestors come from, or, you know, your family bloodline, things like that. I feel like that's really important, and your inner child wants you to know that. So yeah, that's beautiful. Well, that is the messages that I have for you guys. I really hope that this reading resonated in one way or another. If it did, give this a thumbs up, leave a comment below, hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings. I will also leave ways that you can connect and support in the description box below, as well as ways to sign up for a one-on-one reading if you're interested, or a natal chart reading, because astrology tells us so much about ourselves. It helps us self-discover. So yeah, I really appreciate your time and sharing your energy with me. It means the world to me, and I really hope to see you guys next time. Hello, pile 3. If you chose this crystal here in this deck, this is the, I believe, the Crystal Tarot deck, but I will link it below if you're interested. But yeah, today we are talking all about what messages your inner child wants you to know at this time, here at this time. So first, I'm just going to take a look at the overall energy that we're dealing with. We have Tulip. You are worth what it is you desire. Wow. So your inner child really wants you to know right now that you are worthy of what you desire. Whatever it is you desire at this time, you can have it. You are worthy to receiving it. It may just be your own mind, yourself, who is holding you back, because maybe you still struggle with that self-worth. Know your worth, okay? Your inner child wants you to know your worth. Know that whatever it is you want, you are worthy of having it. So let's start off by getting your tarot cards. Please, Spirit, for pile number 3. What does your inner child want them to know at this time? Inner child messages for pile number 3. All right, so what I'm seeing here is some of you, I feel like in the past, some of you really were hurt by someone who deceived you, who, you know, perhaps you struggle with abandonment wounds, rejection wounds, someone lying to you, broken trust, things like that. Perhaps too, you were surrounded by someone growing up who, you know, lacked financial stability. You may have seen someone struggle financially growing up, and this could also be you as well. Like, you hold on to your money so tightly, you're afraid to, you know, spend your money. You're afraid because you don't want to, you know, put yourself in a situation where you don't have enough to support yourself, and that might hold you back a little bit, because you're like living in this money mindset that is lacking, and that comes from a place of lack. But I do feel like you also seek some balance in your life, right? You're seeking some balance, but there might have been a new idea that has sparked your attention, okay? And then with the 6 of Cups here, I'm getting a couple different messages. Like, this to me is like, one, your inner child really wants you to connect with them, to heal from the past, to give them love, to fill up their cup, to, you know, let them know that they are worthy. But your inner child also wants you to know that, like, you're not alone. You're not alone. I'm here. I'm here. Like, don't worry. We're in this together. Let me come with you. Okay? But also what I'm getting is, this is for only a select few of you, but if some of you have been wanting to become a mother, I see like also a daughter showing up as well in this reading. You know, maybe you've felt like you weren't worthy of being a mom. Maybe you have wounds related to a mother, where, you know, you either saw your mother struggling growing up, right? Your mom really struggled growing up. She may have been in a really bad relationship, or she may have just didn't believe in love, or, you know, perhaps your mom rejected you in a way. You felt like emotionally rejected by your mom, or whatever it is. You may have wounds to being a mom as well, is kind of what I'm getting here as well. Maybe you feel like you're not worthy of being a mom. But yeah, this to me is saying like you are worthy of being a mom, and your inner child wants you to know that it's okay. You are worthy of being a mother. You are worthy of having that life that you desire. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune, so your luck is about to change here. It's about to turn in your favor. You're able to have whatever it is you desire. Like this message was saying, you are worthy of having whatever it is you desire. And I feel like for a lot of you, you desire, you know, being a parent eventually, and being financially abundant and being stable, but you fear that you're not good enough to be a mom, or you fear that you're not good enough to be financially stable because you saw so many people growing up really struggle in those departments. So let me see here. Spirit, additional messages. Yeah, I see that you have, your divine feminine is needing to really have a breakthrough transformation moment. It's like you may at times struggle to tap into your divine feminine side because you've been so hurt in the past and you have such a wound when it comes to this. But I feel like there's a huge transformation happening right now when it comes to your divine feminine side. Because you see here Queen of Swords with all of these butterflies. That to me is like a transformation in this energy. Queen of Cups showing. So really healing from a mother wound perhaps is something that's coming through in this reading. But I do want to get further clarity from your oracle cards. So let's take a look. Starting off here, we have Balance, which we saw with the Justice card, and Rejection. So some of you have rejection wounds, like I was mentioning before, whether this be like rejection from a mother, from a parent figure, rejection in general that really hurt you deep and really, you know, put you in this masculine energy of having to constantly protect yourself, especially emotionally. Being afraid to connect with others emotionally because you've been hurt in the past from getting rejected by someone. But I do feel like there's a lot of balance that's going to be coming in to your life, and I feel like you're going to be able to balance out your feminine and masculine energies because you're healing this wound, this rejection wound, this mother wound, this whatever this wound is related to. But I really am picking up on a mother wound, feeling rejected from a mom. Let me just see here, Spirit, what is this rejection wound connected to? Okay. Something that's coming through is there, at some point, there may have been a parental figure, possibly mother, who was super independent growing up, and she, or he, but I'm getting a lot of she was super independent. Maybe she worked a freaking lot, so you didn't have her around as much as you needed her to be around, or for some reason, like because she was so independent, there was some sort of disconnect between you guys, and that made you feel rejected in some way. You didn't feel like you had the emotional support growing up that you needed. But like I said, there's a huge transformation happening where you're going through this transformation with this energy, and you're able to heal this rejection wound and bring balance into your life, and you're going to be able to find forgiveness and realize that you are not them, you are not her, you are not him, you are your own person. And through healing and finding balance, you are able to heal this wound, and you are able to be the parent that you want to be. You are able to move forward with your life and do the things that you desire in this life. You do not feel like rejection is holding you back any further. You're no longer afraid to put yourself out there, to be in your authentic truth. All right, you are able to obtain everything you desire. So we have God of reflections. The qualities you see in others are simply your own reflections. All right, so that's really powerful. You have a lot of people in your life that trigger your unhealed wounds. You have a lot of people in your life who are really similar to you. You may notice that a lot of people that you are surrounded by have the same trauma as you do, have the same wounds that you do. And ultimately, a lot of the people that you come into contact with, if you ever find yourself getting triggered, it's ultimately because they are trying to highlight to you what you need to heal. Okay? So that's really powerful. We have also purity showing up here with also surrender. So I'm feeling like you need to surrender. Surrender to spirit. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to read from the guidebook for these two, because I find that it's going to be really helpful to do so. So let's see. Surrender. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up. Let go of what you no longer need. Stop being so stubborn about holding on to aspects and behaviors, right? Holding on to things that don't serve you, that don't align with who you are now. Stop struggling. Ooh. I let go. I surrender my struggle. I allow the universe to work through me. It took me a long time to realize that surrendering was a positive thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean the giving up kind of surrender. I mean the, okay, it's time for me to hand this over type of surrender. For those of us who are highly independent and used to doing things quite ably on our own, admitting we need assistance or that we might indeed have to let go for our betterment can be challenging. Letting go and surrendering admits or exposes a vulnerability or two. To surrender, we may need to show our underbelly. We may need to admit we got it wrong, made a mistake, grew a bad habit, surrounded ourselves with people that are not good for us. It can make us feel raw in our realization. Remember, this moon phase is dark and beautiful. It casts a protective shadow that allows us to be as wide open as we need to be to do our work. We reveal safely to only the divine in ourselves, and then the light returns. There's something you need to surrender in your life. There are bad habits, bad influences, or just limiting beliefs that you're holding on to too tightly that you need to let go of. And you are also probably a reflection. So what's interesting to me is maybe if you did grow up with such an independent mother who did everything on her own, who, you know, didn't rely on someone else to help her through a lot of things that she dealt with, you may have adapted to that personality because that's kind of what you know. So ultimately here you are trying to be just like her, trying to be super independent, trying to be the parent that provides for everyone, or trying to be the person that just provides for yourself, and you're afraid to rely on other people. You're afraid to let other people in emotionally because you have been taught to be such a strong, independent person, right? But ultimately, it's okay to rely on others. It's okay to rely on the universe. It's okay to not be alone all the time, right? That's pretty powerful. Now, what about purity? Let's see. It says, look for the simplest and cleanest solution. Understand your motives for doing what you are doing. Be as clear as possible in your communication. I know why I do what I do. The word purity now seems to have a kind of loaded moral quality. Anytime I mention the word, people mostly think about how it's used in religious or in morals. For example, the purity of virgins, the purity of no sex before marriage, the purity of bloodline of certain extreme right-wing groups. No wonder we use the word with some trepidation. Hopefully I pronounced that right. The purity I refer to here is the purity of the silver moon on the unmarked snow, the simple purity of intention that nature demonstrates, the purity of clean water in a mountain stream, the purity of one single purpose. The Cambridge Dictionary defines this kind of purity as being clean or free from harmful substances. And I guess in our world, so full of pollution and damage to the environment, that may well be hard to find. However, the ancients looked at the cycles that brought ice and snow as a sort of reset button, a time when everything lay fallow for a while and brought with a kind of simplicity. These times were hard, but if we were prepared for them, we would survive. There are good reasons to strive for a kind of positive purity in our lives. Being precise with our language and as clear as we can be in our communications means fewer miscommunications and misunderstandings in our relationships and work life. Keeping our intentions pure and untainted with lower energies such as jealousy, revenge, or unworthiness as much as possible means that our motivations are pure and not muddy in their reasoning. So, clear communication is super important at this time for you, and not letting the feelings of unworthiness, revenge, or jealousy stand in your way, especially when it comes to building healthy relationships with others. And that's something your inner child wants you to hear at this time. Now, also, you have a talent. You have a strong talent that you are meant to pursue, and your inner child really wants you to know that. So if you know you have a talent, what is it? Ask yourself, what is it? And if you need to connect with your inner child through meditation to find out what your inner child is trying to tell you about a talent, then do so. So we have, wouldn't you know, communication and relationship change. So this is really interesting. Again, your inner child wants you, and this is again a master number 33 here showing up, so that's really powerful. And also we have the number 11, so you could be a life path number 11, or you could be a master number path number 11, things like that. But you are needing to have clear communication that comes from a place of purity, that comes from a place where you're not hurting your partner. If you are in a relationship, keep that in mind. Sometimes our words sting, and sometimes we're acting out of hurt or pain or past traumas that are not healed, right? So keep that in mind. Maybe better communication is needed within your partnership. And with relationship change, sometimes we look at this and we're like, oh crap, like, am I about to leave my partner? Am I about to, get divorced? Am I about to, what is this? We look at the bad sides of it. But what if we look at it from a positive perspective here? Like I said, if some of you have been wanting to be a mother, again, this won't be all of you, but for some of you, this could be the relationship change that's happening, or you could be becoming strongly connected to your partner. Your communication is improving with your partner, and that's the relationship change that you needed. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you are in a toxic relationship and the relationship is not good for you, then perhaps you are leaving someone who is not good for you. But if you are in a pretty for the most part, healthy relationship. This could just mean that you are building a stronger connection with your partner, a stronger foundation. You're leveling up in your partnership. You're going to the next level, whether that be getting engaged, getting married, having kids, starting a family, buying a house, whatever it may be. There's some sort of relationship change happening for you. So we also have generosity, okay? Tapping into your generous soul, your generous side of you. Being more generous, especially I think when it comes to your relationships with other people. Having a more generous heart, not coming from a place of revenge, coming from a place of jealousy, you know, harsh words. We have mature women. So this is really interesting. Like I said, that mother wound, you know, growing up with a mom who was really independent, really mature, really strong, did everything on her own, and that really kind of was hard for you because then it kind of skewed your ways of viewing love. You kind of view it in a way of coming from independence and feeling like you need to be super independent in love and things like that. Also, you may have had to mature really at a young age. You had to grow up fast because of things you went through. Then we also have clear, cancel, and release. So you're needing to clear, cancel, and release anything that's no longer aligned or serving you, right? Clean up your space, surrender. And we have trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Okay, so there's something that you've been wanting to do for a while now, but you haven't made those moves to do it. Well, it's time to trust that and take action on that feeling. What is your gut trying to tell you? Take action on whatever that gut feeling is. And then for your self-care here, we have be still and journal. So writing may be something that's really helpful for you. Maybe some of you love to write. There's something you want to write. Journaling would be really therapeutic, as well as just be still, be in the present moment. All right, pile number 3, that is your reading. I really hope it resonated in one way or another. If it did, give this a thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings. Also, I will leave ways that you can connect and support me in the description box below, as well as ways to sign up for a one-on-one reading with me or a natal chart reading, because astrology can tell us so much about our personality and who we are and help us heal and grow and move forward. But yeah, thank you for sharing your energy with me and for sharing your time. I really hope to see you next time. Hello, pile 4. If you chose this crystal here in this deck, which is the Light Seers deck, that's what it's called, right? Yeah, the Light Seers deck. Then this is your reading all about what your inner child wants you to hear at this time. All right, so first let's just see what your overall energy is here. Do not fear or doubt the new paths ahead. All right, so you have some new paths ahead of you, pile number 4, and your inner child wants you to know not to fear those paths that lie ahead. If you're going through a change, if you're going through something new, a new experience, whatever this newness is, do not fear it. But let's get some tarot cards here, please. Spirit, for pile number 4, what does their inner child want them to know at this time? There's a lot of cards that just jumped out, so let's take a look. Yeah. All right, guys. Wow. You are on a new journey here. You are on a new journey, and this journey it might have been something that you've manifested, but this journey is bringing you a lot of financial stability, as well as we have the Empress card showing up. So some of you may be pregnant, some of you may be starting a family, not all of you of course, but some of you may also be birthing a new creation here, a new idea that's coming to life, whether that be a new creative project or a new job. Something new is coming into your life that also is connected to creativity here. You have a lot of creativity within you, and this is like a new path that is financially creating a lot of abundance for you. It's going to bring you stability. you have a lot of manifesting abilities at this time. You can manifest whatever it is you desire, so that's really important for you to know. But there is a new path ahead, and you probably see it. You know what's ahead of you. But perhaps at times you're afraid of this. You have some sort of fear behind this new journey. But you shouldn't fear it, because ultimately you know that it's going to be good for you. This is what you need. This is what you needed. You are the High Priestess, right? And I also feel like with the King of Swords and the High Priestess card showing up, it's like you're getting a lot of downloads from Spirit telling you what it is you need to do, what direction you need to take. And you need to just listen to that. Listen to whatever messages are coming in for you, and move forward with that. Do not fear or doubt the new paths ahead. Wow. Let's look at your oracle cards just for further clarity here. So we have God of Indulgence. It's all right. Stop beating yourself up. A little indulgence in balance is healthy. Oh, okay. So some of you may be indulging in some things at times, whether it's a sweet or whether it's a little bit of whatever it is that you indulge yourself in, guilty pleasures. Your inner child wants you to know that it's okay to indulge in your guilty pleasures at times with balance. It's okay. Maybe you really beat yourself up when you eat like a cookie or something, right? And you're just like, dang it, like why did I do that? And you're really hard on yourself. Like, but your inner child wants you to know, like, no, it's okay. You can do that. You can, as long as it's within balance, you're going to be fine. Don't beat yourself up. Then we also have here angelic protection and courage and bravery. So yeah, with this new path that lies ahead, you're needing to really step into your courage, step into your bravery here. Don't be afraid, right? Like there's like your inner child is telling you, do not be afraid of what lies ahead. You are protected. Your angels, your spirits, your guides are protecting you in this new path, which is why it's okay to indulge just a little bit here and there, because you're protected in this. It's okay. It's okay. Courage and bravery. I love that. We have Thief here showing up. So, perhaps someone in your past stole something from you, or you felt like they stole something from you. And this is something that your inner child is still trying to heal and work through, is whatever someone from your past stole from you. So take that as it resonates, but I do feel like there was someone who stole something from you. And perhaps even you felt like someone stole your childhood, your innocence from you. You weren't able to experience that innocence in childhood that you wanted to because you felt like it was taken from you in some way. Maybe healing that is going to be really important. We have growth. So there's a lot of growth happening for you. Especially with the number 5 here, there's a change happening. New paths that lie ahead. And we have 5, we also have 6. So like progression happening. I'm going to read from the guidebook here about growth just to kind of get further clarity and messages here. Reject stagnancy to get unstuck. Take action. The choice to grow should be made. Expect growing pains when making huge changes in your life. Change is a natural part of life and cannot be pushed against forever. Change should have aim and purpose. Be courageous. You will blossom. I choose growth. Think of a willow tree. Willows often grow on the sandy banks of highly shiftable and changeable rivers, yet they reach huge sizes, successfully growing and holding fast in an unpredictable habitat. How do they do this? When you see a young willow on the banks for a long while, it just looks like a feeble stick. It may have a few branches and leaves, but at first the trunk will be fine and flexible rather than robust. What we don't see immediately is the root base. The willow spends a lot of time establishing a root city under the surface. These roots are long and strong and very numerous, finding their way into many nooks and crannies, holding on to rocks, other established tree roots, and anything that can help with their stability. These roots go off in all directions, thus securing their position just in case the earth begins to shift. Then, and only then, once these roots networks are established well enough, does the willow put its energy into further growth. The trunk begins to thicken and widen and harden and travel upwards to the sky. However, as they grow, the branches have little of the trunk's supportive thickness. They have instead the instruction that they must be flexible. Flexible means they can turn with the sun and survive punishing winds that might threaten to topple the rest of the tree. All of this growth is done with purpose and a divine strategy. The waxen lunar cycle calls for growth, but not growth without aim or purpose. When we understand our current position, accept it, and decide to change, we will naturally grow as people. We might experience some growing pains after all. Transformation of any kind is rarely completely easy and trouble-free. Having a strong intention of what the results of our growth will be helps with gaining the courage and resilience to move forward with our growth and into the eventual blossoming of our true self. You are in a period of time where you're transforming, you're growing into your authentic self and bringing stability into your life. And it's scary for you because there's a lot of changes and a lot of new things happening here in your life. There's a new chapter of your life, and it could even be you're growing a human being. I mean, that's not for all of you, but for some of you. And perhaps this new experience, this new journey is scary, and you're like, dang, is this gonna work out? Like, I'm kind of afraid of this new path that I'm taking here, but it is going to work out. You're going to make it work out, but don't forget to have a aim and a purpose and a plan ahead of you when you take these next steps. But through doing so, you're going to find that it works out in the end. Now we have blessings. You have a lot of blessings coming your way, and your inner child wants you to know that. Now we also have spirituality and adventure. 555. I mean, well, essentially 555. You guys are going through a change. There's something new happening here, a new beginning, a change in your life, and also spirituality here showing up with 77. Like, you are definitely divinely protected here. You could be connecting more with your spirituality, your spiritual self, a lot of spiritual growth, but you're going on a new adventure. This is a new chapter of your life, something that is not familiar, something that is new, that is an adventure to you. And it's scary to you because it is so new, but don't fear it. Embrace it. Embrace the change. Allow yourself to transform and grow through the change that is happening in your life. We have tranquility here. Okay, so you will be finding a lot of tranquility in your life. I truly believe that in this next chapter of your life, because you do have a lot of blessings coming your way. You're needing to really be at peace, ground your energy, find that peaceful, go with the flow energy as well. We have love and we have growth again. Yeah, this is a period of growth, and even your love life may be growing as well. You may be going through a growth period in your love life. You have a lot of love coming in, love and support, I feel. So don't worry, you are not alone. You are going to be surrounded by love. You're going to be able to grow through this change. I truly feel that. And then we have Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. So yeah, this is all divinely guided. You are not alone. You're connecting. When you connect with your spirituality, your spirit guides more, you'll realize that there's a bigger plan here for you, and it's all going to work out for your highest good. Okay. And then for self-care, what do we have for you? We have a burning bowl ritual, so that could be something, and deep breathing, breath work. Again, number 7 showing up. So you have 777, 555. Those could be numbers that you're seeing a lot repeat. But yeah, divinely guided, I feel like, divinely protected. Breath work would be really helpful as well, meditation, things like that. But yeah, this is overall a beautiful message. I really hope that this reading resonated in one way or another. If it did, give this a thumbs up, leave a comment below, hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings. I will leave ways that you can connect and support in the description box below, as well as ways that you can sign up for a one-on-one personal reading or a natal chart reading, because astrology does give us a lot of insight and self-discovery. Okay guys, so yeah, thank you for sharing your energy with me and sharing your time. I really hope to see you guys next time.